Ew, get away from me, junkie. You stink. I would bet money you haven't even showered today because you're too busy worrying about getting your next fix. People like you are absolutely pathetic, putting getting high over everything else. That is all you'll ever be good for, and you know it. But it annoys me so much when people say it's not your fault, that you're dealing with some kind of illness or disease. Like, no, please, you are just weak-minded. You're choosing to do this, and I don't want to be anywhere near you because I don't want to catch anything from you leaving your little pokey devices laying around. I see on the news how reckless you guys are, so don't come near me again, you freak. The most disgusting thing here, in my opinion, is you, because have you never heard of deodorant? I mean, your BO is so potent that I nearly fainted when I walked in the room. Liar. But listen, Linda, nobody likes you or cares what you think. That's just not true. For the record, though, she can go to rehab. You can't fix your face. I mean, technically, nose jobs do exist, but it would be super expensive. God must really hate you. Either that, or he has a hilarious sense of humor. Shut up. Hey, at least it perfectly matches your personality. But
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
It is so hard being a mom sometimes, especially without having help or guidance from your own mother. I didn't have my son till after my mom went missing and my grandma passed away, so they never actually got to be in his life or even knew about him. But I just know that they would have been really great grandmas. Like, I have so much to do right now. I'm trying to get my son enrolled in an Alaskan Native Tlingit program for school, which he did get accepted for, but the deadline was today, and I wasn't notified that he got accepted until yesterday, which is extremely short notice. So I'm freaking out thinking I missed it because they were closed when we went there to turn in the paperwork. I'm trying to make him regalia for his graduation, but it's really hard to do without my mom or my grandma's guidance. I just don't know what I'm doing. I have court for something surrounding my mom's MMIW missing persons case, which I have to go through hateful, threatening, racist comments that I receive about my mom and my ethnicity. I have to present it to the judge and argue why my family's safety is important, and I'm stressed out because my dog urgently needs surgery that I'm several $1,000s short on, even though we have managed to raise about $1,000 so far, and I'm very grateful those who've donated. I really appreciate you. But she's in a lot of pain, and they won't schedule it till I've paid in full, and I just haven't been making nearly as much on TikTok recently because they keep demonetizing my videos. I just know that there are so many worse problems in the world, and I'm very privileged, but I'm really stressed out right now. I just feel like I'm juggling so much all the time, and I just wish that I had my mom or grandma to help me with some of these things. Okay, baby, here, I'll get you something to wipe it. If any moms are dealing with anything right now, I just want you to know that you're not alone. Here you go, baby. Get ready with me while I tell you all about how this one brand got VIP Coachella passes for me and all my friends, but didn't book us a private jet. Instead, they put us in first class. Oh, I know. It all started off when I made a video begging for any company to collaborate with me so that I could go to this super massive, very expensive event for free. In exchange for the brand covering my tickets, I would make them some content on social media. 1 reel and 2 stories. So basically everything was going good until I got to the airport and I realized that I was flying first class. So I called the company and told them how I was literally so disgusted. So they canceled my trip. Like, what? And they gave my tickets to somebody else. Like, excuse you. And they said it's because they were more grateful than I was. And obviously I'm devastated. That's so unprofessional and disrespectful because it's literally my dream to go to Coachella. And they completely crushed it. So I had to tell you guys because I knew that you would be so upset that any brand could do something like this. It's horrendous. So thank you for all your thoughts and prayers. I'm just so thankful for your guys' support during this difficult time. The genetic results came back today for our baby, and we were so excited thinking that now we can plan the gender reveal. However, it was flagged increased risk for triploidy, trisomy 18 or 13. I'm going to do my skincare while I talk about this because I have been rotting in bed sobbing for the last few hours, and I need a pick-me-up, honestly. I'm really trying to not stress over this, but it's so scary because I looked into it, and a majority majority of these conditions, the baby doesn't survive in utero, or if it does, it passes after birth. I'm gonna call my OB first thing in the morning. I am slightly hopeful because it did say on the chart that it just wasn't enough fetal DNA in my bloodstream, because we likely tested too early, which makes sense since I tend to ovulate later than average. For me, it's cycle day 17 instead of 14. The fetal fraction was only 2.4%, and they need around 4 to 5 in order to complete the test. There wasn't even enough to determine the gender. They took my blood on the 8th, which luckily was the same day that I got my ultrasound. I was measuring 9 weeks one day, but according to my missed period, I was 9 weeks 4 days. So I feel like that's a good thing, because instead of having high risk DNA, there wasn't enough to test. I personally think it's cruel and inappropriate that instead of saying I need to do a retest, for some reason the company just defaults to list it as high risk. Once I know more, I will obviously let you guys know, but for now, I just feel sick knowing that it's a possibility something could be wrong with my child. If you've gone through something like this, would you mind sharing your story in the comments so I kind of know what to expect? The dream I had last night was so disturbing. It has haunted me all day long. I need to know, has anything like this happened to other pregnant women, or is it just me? You guys know my mom is a missing person. She disappeared almost 7 years ago. She's MMIW, and we don't know what happened to her. I have searched for years with absolutely no answers and minimal help from the police. So sometimes I do dream random things that could have happened to her, but last night I had one that she really was unalived, and I saw through the eyes of whoever did it. Thankfully, it was at the end, so I wasn't witnessing whatever was being done to her, but it was still really traumatizing, and I woke up feeling very sick. It just felt so real, and I don't know who the person was. I never had a chance to look in the mirror in my dream, but I've been trying to piece together the area that it could have been done in. I just remember specifically that the person who was responsible automatically started planning how they were going to get away with it. This might sound silly, but it felt like it was a sign from God trying to help me find her remains, but majority of what I dreamt immediately started fading when I woke up. I was basically paralyzed, and it was like I was watching a movie through their eyes. The whole thing has really freaked me out because it felt like it was more than just a dream. Ew, you got cheated on. What a loser. That's so embarrassing for you. How could you even show your face in public knowing that your man is in love with and wants to date me? Not only did he ask me out in front of the whole class, we also hooked up. I'm sure you knew that was coming, though. He technically wasn't ever really yours. It was just a pity charity date he did out of the kindness of his heart, one that you took way too far because he didn't know how to say that he's just not that into you. And can you blame him? I mean, you reek of desperation. It's really quite pathetic. Babe, that foul stench of delusional, clout-chasing, pick-me fiend for someone's sloppy second smell is coming from you. Excuse me? It's a combination of BV, self-hatred, and cheap, tacky perfume that's used in an attempt to cover the scent of trash.
Shut up.
How embarrassing that you believe he likes you. Girl,
he does.
She actually respects herself and wanted to make him wait.
Whatever.
But he was feeling a little impatient, so he hit you up to take the easy way in. So what? My boyfriend ate my snacks while I was running a marathon and left me with nothing. He was hungry. Duh. It honestly takes a lot of work to stand on the sidelines cheering me on while I run 26 miles. I mean, honestly, it's my fault for not packing him something to eat. I guess I just don't really understand why people are angry with him. I'm just grateful he showed up. He's such a busy man. He's technically an athlete too. He runs those Ironman race things, which end up being double, if not triple the work that I did. So he clearly deserved it more than me. He was also pulling a prank, you guys. He's such a jokester. It reminds me of that one time when I was giving birth and I started going into labor. He was super annoyed by my screaming because I was in excruciating pain. So he said, "Let's play hide and seek," and he left. Or the one day I forgot to make us both lunch and he got angry, so he packed me dog food. Almost as funny as when we were driving and he accidentally crashed his car, but convinced me to swap seats with him to trick the officer, and it worked. I'm still on house arrest for that one. He's just hilarious. You're lying. My son got me these flowers and diamond earrings for Mother's Day. Why would these be yours, huh? You think just because you tricked him into believing that those offspring of yours are his, that he should buy you flowers? Please, I'm his mother. And the card clearly said, to the love of my life, Happy Mother's Day. Therefore, these are obviously mine. Duh. Yes, sure, it would have been a lot easier if he had them delivered to my house instead of yours. That was a bit strange, but I just assume he had planned on inviting me over for a beautiful candlelight dinner later that he was gonna prepare for me and give me my gift when I arrive. However, I was in the area and I thought I would just pick them up early. That way I'd have plenty of time to get ready for supper. But I don't know what you're doing here. I did not want to see your face today. I assumed that you weren't going to be here. So you're going to need to leave the house. Go get a hotel, stay at your mother's, sleep on the curb for all I care, but you will not ruin our special day again. So you better not be here when I come back. I swear, you have no shame, always trying to sabotage all of the loving gestures that my son does for me, because why? You're jealous. Well, sweetheart, you don't compare. You didn't give birth to him. I did. I am sick and tired of seeing influencers that I watch get canceled left and right. It's definitely because we are following a creator not knowing who they actually are ahead of time, so we're shocked when they have some off-the-wall insane scandal. So, if you need a new fave influencer that has the same morals as you, believes in equality, bodily autonomy, someone who likes makeup and creates funny satirical content with a sprinkle of occasional ASMR, then I'm your girl. A little bit about me so you know what you're signing up for. I am mixed Alaskan Native, Tlingit, and white. I also recently found out that I'm a tiny bit Asian. I was born and have lived basically my whole life in Juneau, Alaska. I'm 31 years old, an Aries, and a mother to a 5-year-old Aries little boy named Clace Beckham. He's my rainbow baby, and I cherish him every single day. I've been with my husband for almost 10 years now, and we've been married for around 5. He's a Pisces, which is hilarious because everyone says that Pisces and Aries are not compatible, which is technically true because, you know, fire and water. However, our other chart placements say that we're soulmates. So that just goes to show you cannot just go off your sun sign. I also do some activism work because my mother, Tracy Day, is a MMIW missing Indigenous woman. She unfortunately disappeared almost 7 years ago, and I do have a playlist if you want to know more about her case. I am extremely blessed I've been able to make a career out of social media, and my goal for this year is to reach 1 million followers as well as get my account verified. Now that you know who I am, girl, I think it would be so cool if you join my community so we can be besties. You can help save this little boy's life. His name is Cade. He lives in my hometown and has a rare genetic condition called SPG50 that, if not treated in time, he will slowly decline until he loses all control of his body, including the ability to breathe. There is a medication that can save him and several other children who have this sickness, but it's sitting in a freezer somewhere inaccessible because they still need to come up with around $900,000 by the end of this month. If they can obtain the rest of that, he can live a normal life. I have a lot of followers here on social media, and you guys engage with my skits, which I am so grateful for, but this is more important. So I'm asking my community, please come together, share his story, go uplift his mom. She is in the program where you are rewarded financially. So even if you can't contribute any coin, your view still counts towards his medicine. I'm going to be tagging all the large creators that I'm mutuals with, and I'm asking you guys to also tag influencers that you think might help too. That way, as many people in my community can see this video and we can all go watch his mom's content. 1 minute of your day can give this child an entire lifetime, so please go show her some love, whether it be financial or viewership. But let's also tag large companies. Maybe we will come across one who will feel generous enough to make a donation to her. I'm sure we could find at least one, if not more.